She cute or whatever. Welcome to another vlog. The theme of this vlog is transition. It is different than I think most of my vlogs, but I think it's pretty engaging because I'm a little all over the place with my life, with the transition, with my thoughts. But I think it'd be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun one. So stay tuned. Listen to the story time. I feel like I have the cutest story from a night out. So I picked this dress because it's like really simple. I wanted something flowy. And I have these beautiful shoes that has a big bow on it, Bessie Johnson. It used to have like an emblem on top of it too, but I got a wire cutter to cut it off to make it look exactly how I wanted to look it. And as I was walking into this rooftop bar, this girl gave me a compliment on the shoes.
I love your scent. How are you? Thank you.
Cute, right? I don't like look for compliments when I go out. I usually get them, but I got a lot today. And so I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then when I got up to the floor, met with my friend, I had to take off my Invisalign, so I went to the bathroom. As I was going into the bathroom, I was confused. Okay, I'm directionally challenged, but I was going in to a certain direction, and then I'm like, I think I'm going the wrong way, because I usually am. And the guy, maybe a manager or something, I was about to ask him, and he's like, oh, no, you got it, it's right here. So we just had this really playful exchange, and then after I took off my Invisalign, this girl got out of the bathroom, so she's in front of the mirror, you know how we women do, and she's like, oh my gosh, that dress color looks so good on you. Okay. I got one other compliment, but now I forget who gave me the compliment. Maybe I was bringing it up to my friend. I'm like, I just feel like a lot of people are watching me. I never feel like I'm being watched when I go out. It's happened like just a few times in my life. I feel like people are, she's like, yeah, when you wear something that's sexy, but not like obviously sexy and you look good, your hair is so cute. Yes, people are watching you. So that was like really fun. But I felt super cute. I just feel like I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy with my life, even though life is transitional. You know, things are changing and I'm just open to all the things. But even with, negative news or things not going exactly how I want, I can channel such positive and loving energy that people can feel it. And it was just so nice to go out and for people to give me compliments. I do not need compliments when I go out, I swear to God. But it's nice, especially from Black women. Do you know what I mean? You're so cute. I heard about Charlie Kirk's death, and I can't say I'm surprised at the response on social media. I understand people on social media do social media kind of things, I think like fake outrage and hypocrisy, because from my perspective, as a person who loves Jesus Christ and is a follower and thinks a lot about love and what would Jesus do, Christian identity is different than Christian ideology or even the ideology of Jesus, which is love. Like, we should love other people. So when Christians come online and want to weep for a Christian, right, somebody who wasn't Christian in actions but was Christian in identity, it just reminds me of everything else that's going on in the world. So this doesn't really stick out to me as anything different than everything else that happens. I don't celebrate anybody's death, right? I don't think I celebrate. I don't think I'm happy that people are killed in like violent and horrific ways, similar to people in the Israeli-Palestinian fight. I'm not happy for either side. Like, even the person who wins doesn't really win. And so a similar thing in this case, the 22-year-old that shot him doesn't win. There's no win here. Nobody really is bettered, right? Becomes better when we are embracing fear. And so I was really trying to figure out, I have like all these books on my lap because I was trying to figure out which book I read about how humans are walking around in a dream with a bunch of boils on their skin and are easily triggered. And it's just so important to wake up from the dream. You're in a dream. If you are easily triggered, or if the news cycles, they get to you, if you cannot find inner peace, if you are, I don't know, poor, living a life that you don't want, like you are living in a dream and you need to wake up from the dream so that you can like enjoy your life. But even though I couldn't find like specifically what I wanted to find, I did want to read something from, because I thought it was in Don Miguel Ruiz's book. I don't know why I thought, but like I can't find it. So he starts off saying, is this Or did I find the... I feel like I keep losing my place because I picked up too many books. He starts off this chapter. It's called Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. It's nothing but a dream. And I'm skipping because there was something else he said about fear. Really, love has no opposite, but if it did, it would be fear. And there's just so much fear. I think this is it. In the dream of the planet, this is page 13. In the dream of the planet, it is normal for humans to suffer, to live in fear, and to create emotional dramas. The outside dream is not a pleasant dream. It is a dream of violence, a dream of fear, a dream of war, a dream of injustice. The personal dream of humans will vary, but globally, it is mostly a nightmare. Isn't that the reality of the world we're living in? If we look at human society, we see a place so difficult to live in because it is ruled by fear. Throughout the world, we see human suffering, anger, revenge, addictions, violence in the street, and tremendous injustice. It may exist at different levels in different countries around the world, but fear is controlling the outside dream. This is why on my channel, I'm very much like Find Inner Peace, because you will radiate out to the world something positive. Page 15. All of humanity is searching for truth, justice, and beauty. We are on an eternal search for the truth because we only believe in the lies we have stored in our mind. We are searching for justice because in the belief system we have, there is no justice. Okay? We search for beauty because it doesn't matter how beautiful a person is. We don't believe that person has beauty. We keep searching and searching when everything is already within us. There is no truth to find. Wherever we turn our heads, all we see is the truth. But with the agreements and beliefs we have stored in our mind, we have no eyes for this truth. My goodness. During the process, page 17, during the process of domestication, we form an image of what perfection is in order to try to be good enough. We create an image of how we should be in order to be accepted by everybody. We especially try to please the ones we love, the ones who love us, like mom and dad, big brothers and sisters, the priest and the teacher. Trying to be good enough for them, we create an image of perfection, but we don't fit this image. We create this image, but this image is not real. We are never going to be perfect from this point of view. Never. That's why if you're not new to my channel, you've heard me say one of the best things that could have ever happened to me was getting pregnant at 17, because it gave me an opportunity to live a life where I'm not succumb to an image. Like I literally get to create whatever dream I want here. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And it's never too late to wake up from the dream. Eckhart Tolle, a similar thing, but he was talking about Jesus. An essential part of the awakening is the recognition of the unawakened you, the ego as it thinks, speaks, and acts, as well as the recognition of the collectively conditioned mental processes that perpetuate the unawakened state. This is why I say all of these books say the same thing. They say the same thing. Everyone is tapping into God energy, Christ consciousness, love, whatever that is. The people who are really God-centered or love-centered, they all end up saying the same things. You just have to find a book that resonates with you and then do what it says. Just do what it says. What does he say here? I thought he was saying something about Jesus. If we look more deeply into humanity's ancient religions and spiritual traditions, we will find that underneath the many surface differences, there are two core insights that most of them agree on. The words they use to describe those insights differ, yet they all point to a twofold fundamental truth. The first part of this truth is the realization that the normal state of mind of most human beings contains a strong element of what we might call dysfunction or even madness. Certain teachings at the heart of Hinduism perhaps came closest to seeing this dysfunction as a form of collective mental illness. They call it Maya, the veil of delusion. Ramana Maharshi, one of the greatest Indian sages, bluntly states, the mind is Maya, right? This crazy, this fear-based, ego-based. According to Christian teachings, the normal collective state of humanity is one of original sin. Sin is a word that has been greatly misunderstood and misinterpreted. Literally translated from the ancient Greek in which the New Testament was written, to sin means to miss the mark. As an archer who misses the target, so to sin means to miss the point of human existence. This is why I say all you have to do is go and look deeper, find history, and you will see that people have been brainwashing, creating a nightmare on earth that they want you to follow so that you can be miserable, so you can be cogs in the system for people in power. You don't have to fall into it. And then Gary Zukav, my ultimate favorite, talks about Jesus. This is the one I was thinking. Jesus. Jesus, we are told, foresaw the plot against his life, even to the details of how his friends would act and react. Yet he did not run from what he saw. The entirety of humankind has been inexorably shaped by the power and the love of one who gave his life for others. All who revere him and almost all who but know his story agree he was one of the most evolved of our species. I don't really believe people when they say Jesus never existed or that the story of Jesus was made up. I think the story of Christianity in the specific way it's told is made up. But I think that the life of Jesus Christ, like the actual miracles that he performed, was real. I don't think you need to believe it's real to not, but I think it's helpful to follow Christ's teachings because they're grounded in love and love for people who are different. Instead of viewing them as others who need to be exterminated or eliminated so that you can flourish. Like, you don't have to get rid of all that you fear to be happy in life, right? Our deeper understanding tells us that a truly evolved being is one that values others more than it values itself, and that values love more than it values the physical world and what is in it. Welcome to Dr. Shareece. These are the principles that I live my life by. It's why, even though the world is a nightmare and filled with chaos and people who are in fear, that I have found a way, because these people have found a way and outlined it very clearly, that you can have joy and inner peace and live a peaceful life and do fun and enjoyable things that you want to do. Enjoy the rest of my vlog. Let's go on a 6-mile walk. What are the must-haves for going on a long walk? Sunscreen. I like wearing these shades. They're not that, right? Shaded, what do you call them? Tinted. I do need new walking shoes, that is true. But these are Asics and they are wonderful. And I don't believe in weighted vests. I don't think I've seen enough data to support benefits. If you want to lose weight, you need to focus on your nutrition. You're not getting it from exercise. So walking 6 miles every day, I don't think, the experts of physical health would recommend. Just like most of them don't recommend long runs, like marathons and ultra marathons and stuff. In the long term, those things are harmful to the body. I want to live long and be mobile. And those people do strength training and they walk. They do cardio. It's not like they walk 2 hours every day just straight. They just have an active lifestyle. They move around. So I usually only do this once a week. And then I might do an hour midweek. So I love it outside. I hate it when it gets cold. But you adjust. That's why I bought a walking pad. So I can be inside and still get an hour in. It's super boring. But watch a YouTube video. It's okay. Let's go. I'll show you the sights. This view is one of my favorite things because it reminds me of home. I like looking at it from this direction too. It's so pretty. So pretty. And I love not seeing people or cars as I'm walking. Ooh, this is the Bob Kellen Trail. It's one of the things I absolutely love about Atlanta. I think because they have to think about the Chattahoochee River, that they invest in green spaces. So Black people, green, I'm sold. I mean, Atlanta has its issues, but whatever. I did want to say the head tie is by Gym Wrap. I forget the lady's name. She's a celebrity. She was in Soul Food, and she's married to Boris Kodjoe. But I did want to make a point about safety and systems. I think I have a point about systems. Like, my life is built on systems. So, I think I'm about 2 miles in. But I don't like count every mile that I walk, because who wants to think about that? That's not fun to think about. And say hello. And safety, I think, is something that I have built in that I don't generally think a lot about, because systems. So when scoping out where to walk, I've been in Atlanta like 5 years. I've lived in the same place. And so in the beginning, right, I was like, I need to find a place in the community, a walking trail. I would never go on a walking path that didn't have any people. So there's like offshoots of this trail that I've never been on because I'm a single female. And I just don't think that's like the smartest thing. But similarly, I don't have like a set schedule for coming to the park, or I don't know, even like leaving my house, unless, you know, like when I used to work. Even then, yeah, I just think based on the, you know, information I've read online about women and safety because of these men, it's important to consider not always leaving your house at the same time for the same thing on a consistent basis. So just in case somebody's monitoring. But this walking trail is very safe. Families walk here, couples, friends, and yeah, something I don't, I mean, also I'm protected. God is on my side, but I think it's important to also, you know, be smart about some of these decisions. And another thing, did y'all hear about David Goggins' daughter coming out and saying basically he was a deadbeat father? Like, I could have told y'all that. I think I mentioned David Goggins in one of my videos maybe like 4 years ago. A guy I was dating who wasn't dating me liked his content. And I was just like, but that guy hates himself. You see that, right? And no, I don't think people see that man hates himself. And that's why he would torture himself with exercise. Some people use exercise as a way to punish themselves by punishing their bodies. It's not love. It's the opposite of love. It's like they're running away from something and not wanting to feel the uncomfortable emotions. So when a man who doesn't love himself, when his child comes out and says, he didn't really love me, I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised. It's literally what I would expect. The way that men defended him online, also in line with like how men are raised, what they're socialized to think is important. He had money, he gave her money. I fear that is not all it takes to be a good parent. But the bar is in hell for men in general, definitely for fathers. Like, show up to a birthday party, give some money. Oh my God, you think you're the best dad ever when you're literally trash. It's so unfortunate. But yeah, balance in all things in life. I'm telling you, that will get you the life you want. Balance. So this is the natural halfway point. My goal is 5 miles, and so walking this additional distance gets me to, when I finish, I'll be at like 5.8 miles, something like that. And that feels right. Hey son, it feels right. It's perfect. And I mean, you know, I didn't start walking 6 miles. I used to run 3 miles, and then the research on knees and running just I really reduced my running. And so even if I do a little bit of running on a long walk, it's nothing like I used to do before. And so I just decided to add distance instead of impact on my knees. Jesus Christ, let's get away from the cars. When I do long walks like this, I don't really like having anything planned in the morning, right? Like, I don't want to work at 10:30. Even if I have the time, if I got up early enough, I don't want that to be the next thing I do after a long walk like this. I just want to rest. So that's probably why I only do it like once a week. almost done. I have like a mile left. I do these walks fasted for a few reasons, but the biggest reason is if I linger in the morning, make tea. I usually don't eat anything, but even if I was to take a bite of protein bar or drink a protein shake, that would slow me down, and I probably wouldn't leave the house to go do the walk. So like getting up and getting out is just like the most important thing to me. There is some research around carbohydrates and then fat burning when you do a fasted walk. I don't know that those things, especially since I don't do these walks often, I don't know that those minute variations or differences or benefits make much of a difference for me. I'm not a professional athlete. I want my body to be healthy and strong. So sure, I'll take the benefits, but it's not really why I do my walks fasted. When I was underweight, working out fasted was not an option for me because I didn't really have much fat to burn, and so I would feel lightheaded. I hope what you're getting from my experience is listen to your body. Your body will tell you exactly what you need. Often you have to slow down a little bit to be able to hear the messages or be in tune with what's happening in your body. But your body literally is always trying to maintain homeostasis. It's working for you, not against you. Unless you have like an autoimmune, and then that's a whole host. That's a whole other thing. Read Joe Dispenza's book. You can literally heal your body from things like that, because mind, body, soul, it's all connected. All connected, baby. This is the only hill I run now. Because it feels silly to walk in. You see? And that is our almost 6 miles. I'm really not the best at stretching after a walk. It should be like a 10-minute stretch. I do like 3 minutes. Ankles, quads, back. I'm gonna have a protein shake and drink some tea. I have a solo date later, and it'll be a lot of calories, so I'm saving myself. I don't feel hungry now, but I know I will in a couple hours, and I don't go out until like 2. So, ooh, God is good. Ooh, God is good. Getting ready for my little solo date. I don't usually wear a lot of makeup like in real life. I'll do a little bit of concealer and then blush, a lip. I'm looking in the camera, but I really need to be looking in the mirror. Something simple. But I wanted to tell y'all a story. I feel like I'm just so full of stories like these last couple of weeks. I wanted to get laser on my chin done. I have whatever that hormonal thing that runs in my family where I get chin hairs. And so I've done laser in the past. I did it like when I first moved to Atlanta. So because it's hormonal, it will come back after a certain number of years. And that's right. 4 years is about how long it will last. It's laser hair reduction, right? We say removal, but it's not 100%. So I found a place on Groupon. That's where I've always gotten my laser hair. Just a Groupon. I just need 6 sessions. I really just need like 3, but 6 will get me through the year, and then that will last for like 4 or 5 years. Wonderful. That's like a win-win, right? So I tried a new place that's closer to me. The last few places, I don't know. I didn't know Atlanta that well, so I didn't really know what to pick. So I picked a place that was pretty close to me, but I didn't realize that it was an institute, so it was going to be students doing it. In the Groupon, they said send them an email or give them a call to set up your consultation. And I like email. It's the middle of the night whenever I'm booking it. So I send them an email asking them like, how do I book? They respond to me, with reasonably 24 hours or whatever, with the link for their portal to like create your own account to then make an appointment. So I do all of that. I make my appointment, and the day before my appointment, I get a phone call. I don't know who the phone call is. It's not like one of these numbers. Sometimes, on an Apple phone, it shows you like who's calling or who might be calling, or if it's spam. It didn't say spam. It was just like a random Atlanta number. I am 36 years old, fully millennial. I don't answer random calls. If I don't know who it is calling me, I'm not expecting a job opportunity. Who's calling me at 9:30, 9:45 at night? So I didn't answer. They didn't leave a message. Okay. Sometimes these random calls come. So I get there at my appointment and they have cameras, I guess. So whoever called me, right? I later learned that the front desk person called me to tell me that I booked my appointment incorrectly, that I was supposed to book with a student, and that they are not open until students don't come until 10:30. So I had a 9 o'clock appointment. That's usually when I usually, my appointments are usually 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I want to get in, get out, get it over with. So he asked me if I would come back. In my head, I'm like, this already starting off rough. I don't know if I want to come back, but I've already been working on like not being the person who, one strike you're out. I'm like, I do believe in two strikes you're out, because if it happened once, it could happen again. It might not, but it could happen again. And if it's happened 2 times, it will happen a third time. So you're not gonna catch me. There's just a little bit of tint. I bought somebody else's tints and I don't know what I did with it. Girl, I don't even know. I really don't know what I did with it. I don't know. I traveled and I feel like it's in some kind of in between place. I don't know where it is. It's just a little tint. We don't really need much. And I ain't really gonna be gone that long. But yeah, so I live really close. I live like 10 minutes away. So I decided, yeah, I'll come back at 10:30. I get there at 10:30 and the well, can you imagine? I'm telling you this experience and it's a really about bad customer service. You can imagine the kind of person who is engaging with me in this way. But anyway, the guy is walking towards the door when I am at the door. And the door is unlocked, but it looks like the place is closed. So anyway, we converge at the same time and he opens the door and might talk, whatever, whatever. The girl who does my laser, I thought it was just gonna be a consultation, but she like did the laser, I just in terms of like safety, I would not recommend. I feel like she did whatever she was taught as the student, but as a student, she didn't really cover all the things. I've done laser before, right? I did laser in Ohio, like very expensive place. I did it with like Groupon, so I didn't pay that much, but it was like very upscale kind of place. When I was here, I think it was like mid-scale kind of place, but they go through like consent and all those kind of things, and so that they're not liable if you get injured or laser is a real beauty procedure. So whatever. No, she didn't cover all those bases. Where's my blush? But she was polite. And so I said, you know what? It's fine. I can come back again to do it. It's only 6 sessions. It's fine. The second time I made my appointment, I said, I would like to do it with you. She made the appointment. It was fine. I think my brush is okay. Again, the day before my appointment, I get an email text notification that my appointment has been changed. And it's changed from Monday at 10:30, because that's the earliest, to Wednesday or Thursday at 10:30. Boy, I'm working. I have my schedule at a certain time. Somebody should be calling me to ask me what times I have available. So I said, okay, it's happened a second time. Say less. Say less, babe. I'm not doing this again. So, contact the Groupon people. Let them know I can't go back there. They're unprofessional. They weren't there when I first went. All the things. I told them all the things. And I got my refund. Because you're not going to play with me. You're not going to play with me. I treat people with professionalism, with kindness. If that I do that for other people, I do that for myself, and giving myself enough time to do the things that I need to do, showing up on time, all those things. So there's just it's no way you are going to treat me like this and I'm going to stick around for it. Like, I'll give you a chance. I really have to push myself to give people a chance beyond the first time. But then after that, boy, y'all could get out my face. I'm not, no, not no long term thing. Better than that. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going to go next. I'm going to ask my sister, because I know she's done laser hair. Why don't I go back to the other places? I might, but they're further away from where I live, and then I'm going to be moving soon. So I don't know. I want something close to where I live versus 20-30 minutes away. That's cute. Can't play. The beginning. You can see the bread. That's so much bread. Oh, this is insane. Oh my god. Okay, you didn't see that. First course, I should say. This is deviled eggs. Okay. I'll be right back. Thank you. So I think it's. Okay. It's decent. No, it's just so good. So it's fried. This is the verdejo. It sure is the verdejo. Okay. Thank you. Nature travel nature food. Who has room for this? Okay. All this food. Oh my god. You see the cute people? Don't you love a clean bathroom? Stop playing. Here's your bathroom. That's fast. What is this? It's like I ate for 3 people.
Period, and now you're gonna eat 3 days. Yeah.
Thank God.
Gotta worry about nothing. Exactly. Thank you.
You're so kind.
Yeah. Because I hate it when it does that.
Yeah. Just that. This is my to-go. Because there was so much food. And they gave me pasta for free. Stop playing with me. Do y'all remember? If you watched my Costa Rica vlog, maybe they gave me a drink. I don't remember. I'm sensitive to alcohol because I don't drink much. But when I was in Costa Rica and I first got there and I was looking at the plants, I was just in heaven. And this food, I swear to God, I'm in heaven. The alcohol probably plays a role, but I'm also in heaven. This life is too good. Or too short.
All the dope boys gonna feel that.